How about now? Can you guys hear me? Test 1, 2. All right, now you can hear me. I swear I'm a professional. I've been doing this for a while. There's always some sort of delay, and it just goes to the territory. But as you guys notice today, I am back in the studio. Look at what's behind me. Nothing. Where's he going? Nowhere. Why? Because he's got nothing up. Gosh. It's one of those things where it's like, I'll figure it out sooner or later. But as of right now, what should be happening behind me, man, and my mouse is just like doing its own thing. It wants to think on its own and float around. Oh, there's my stuff. Let's see. Do we go this way? Yeah, we do go that way. So, yeah, as you see, there's some work that I was doing on some designs for some shirts. That's not what we're looking for, because what we're looking for is right about in this folder, because it's labeled. I label things. I do. I'm pretty good at that. And in this folder, and it's on the wrong screen. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do this together. We're going to go down. We're going to bring it up. And oh, look at that. And there it is. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we've got this going. As soon as I figure out the delay thing, that'll help things out also, because I can't. You guys are seeing me. Ugh. It's all bad. It's all bad. I get back to this last week. So, guys, if you were watching last week, sorry. The show cut out abruptly. And it cut out abruptly because I literally lost all signal. All signal. Not just some signal, but all signal. And when that happened, I was just like, not much I can do, so I'm going to have to just kind of let it go. In the words of Elsa, let it go. But today we have a special guest. I'm just waiting for him to come on. As soon as I see his face, I will bring him in. But he's waiting backstage right now. So anyways, guys, it hasn't been too bad of a week. I did have some fun yesterday. Ended up going to Disney, and if you are on, sorry, I'm talking to our guest right now, just so you guys know, I'm not just, ignoring you guys. Do you need a new link? Uh-oh. It's not letting me turn my camera on. Okay. So that is odd. Check the settings. And you might have to find camera. I don't know why I'm texting. I think he could actually see me or hear me. I see him. He's here. Oh, you know what? Try using what's the other one that's on Mac? Because Macs give issues. So if you guys have never used StreamYard before out there, Macs tend to give some issues, especially when you're on the phone. Like if you're on your phone, it gives some issues. But if you use something like Safari, sometimes it works a little bit better. As for me, I use Chrome because I don't know. I've always used Chrome and I always like it. But anyways, guys, as we're waiting for our guests, yeah, I had a good time yesterday. I went out, went somewhere that I guess can't really say because if my kid, you know what, my kid doesn't watch this show. She doesn't watch this. I went to Disneyland. There, all of you guys know now. I went to Disneyland, and I got on Rise of the Resistance for the very first time, which was freaking awesome. If you guys have never been to California, to Disneyland and gotten on Rise of the Resistance, holy crap, it's amazing. Fully immersive. It's great. It's a great ride. I had a lot of fun. It was worth, and it said it was like a 60-minute wait. And that's what everybody complains about is the lines and the waits. It was amazing. It went by like that. We were on the ride, and we were, yeah, it was a lot of fun. What else did I do? What is today? Today is Tuesday. No, today's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, and over the weekend, what did I do over the weekend? Went to the Orange Circle. I don't even have them right. Found a lot of great comics. Like, there's a lot of great places here in California to go to. And one of the places that I've now found out and actually enjoyed going to was the Orange Circle, which is down in Orange County. It's got a bunch of like these like small, I'm not an antiquer, so to say. I don't antique, but they have like those little swap meet type antique places where you can go into, check them out. And they've got a lot of great comics. I found quite a few comics that I've been looking for, mainly Uncanny X-Men. I'm trying to finish off my run of Uncanny X-Men. And I do see our guest. There he is. I'll be right with you. His face is right up on that camera. That's a great shot. Just leave it right there. But all right, you know what? Now that I see him there, let me get going with our affiliates so then I can get in with him. So really quick, guys, if you guys have never watched the show, so that it's usually 2 salty veterans, but today it's only 1 salty veteran. That's me. And I'm a huge geek. So is my partner. He's a huge geek too. But unfortunately, David is stuck doing some ridiculous stuff. Ridiculous. Because of things that have been going on here in California. So if you guys are still stuck in that one location that I'm not going to disclose, let me just tell you, Mike is sitting on the pole. Mike is sitting on the pole. The present is open. The present is open. All right, guys, for all you guys out there, freedom fighters, you know what that message means. Don't do things like that. But anyways, guys, moving on to the first thing which we want to talk about, which of course is our affiliates, which we want to knock that out, which we'll talk about our first one, which is Ulanzi. Ulanzi is a great company because we love using the products. A lot of the lights that we have, which is a lot of lights that you see behind me that are lighting up this place, above me, in front of me, and even these awesome, cool, like lightsaber looking lights, which I can't turn on because the battery's dead. They're rechargeable though. Amazing gear that they have. Love using it. Great prices. They don't just have lights. They also have things for cameras. So you got like tripods and little different rigs that you can attach to it. Check them out. Click on the link that's in our bio. It'll send you right over there. When you purchase from them, it helps us out. So go over there, purchase from them, and show some love. Next, we've got Renegade Game Studios. Guys, Renegade Game Studios, which is one of the games that's up on my shelf over there. If you see it right here, look, see Transformers. That's the deck building game. They also got some RPGs. They've got all kinds of different IPs, not just Transformers. They got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, all kinds of stuff. If you know how to play 5th edition D&D, then you'll know how to play their RPGs. If you've played deck builders, you can play them all here too. So check them out. Of course, the link is in our bio. Click on it. Head over there, purchase, help them, help us. Next, we have a great company that I use. No joke, I do use this stuff. Legendary Supplements. It is Kraken. You see it over there on the shelf. I got quite a few cases right there. Randy sent us his love and sent out a bunch, which we will have, of all places. We're going to have it at LA Comic Con. So if you swing by the booth, you'll see this stuff on display. And actually, we're going to allow you to try it too. This one is Kickin' Mango Peach. They also have Blizzard Mojito or Mojito Blizzard. Blizzard Mojito. And also 2 other flavors, which are great. Guys, this is not a energy drink. This is a focus drink. So if you're one of those that likes to play video games and wants to get that little edge, this is the drink to do it. 1 shot, hold it in your mouth, swallow, and you'll be focused. So anyways, guys, check them out. Use, you know what? I want to say use the code GeekSaga77. I have to update that. But go send some love. Anyways, go purchase some of their drinks. They're great stuff. So check them out. And finally, we've got Movo. I always like saying that. Movo. Movo is a great company. That's another one that I do say great company because we use all their microphones. Not all, but we use a lot of their microphones. So the microphone that you're hearing me on is a Movo microphone. Microphones that you see us at cons with are Movo microphones. The last con we went to, yes, it was a Movo mic. No, it wasn't giving good audio, but that was error on the user. So that was my fault. But they do have a lot of great microphones. So if you go back to past videos, they've all been on Movo mics. And we love using them in these things, which I got to give a shout out, which I haven't a shout out in a long time, to Wham Stand. That's right. I said it. Wham Stands. Wham Stands is a great company. They've made these little like stands for us, and we took these to LA Comic Con last year. We're going to have them again this year, but they're great because cool thing about it is you open, this is one of the newer ones, open it up, and you can put a microphone in there, which is you put your Movo mic in there, cover it up, and you got a microphone to hold and look a little bit more professional. Also, they come with really cool, or they'll make these really cool, like removable placards on there. This one's the Wham Stand logo because I wanted to get that on there. But we also have LA Comic Con logos, which we'll have on the base. And then we'll have the Geek Saga ones that'll go on the actual microphone. So really cool stuff. Check them out, guys. Really cool dude, too. He worked great with me when it came to getting these ready for LA Comic Con. And I haven't given him a shout out in such a long time. I feel really bad, but I'm going to hit him up because we want more stuff. And we're going to grow the team. But anyways, guys, check out Movo for their microphones. They also have some other stuff for cameras and phones. But the biggest thing for us is the microphone. So check them out. And that's it. That is it, guys. So that is it for our affiliates and also companies that we do use. Speaking of a company, Liquid, not a 40. It is actually, it is a 40. Is it? It's a 40, but it's a Liquid Death, guys. I love this stuff. If you guys get a chance, try that out. Anything that has death in it, I guess I'm drinking apparently because it's Liquid Death for my sparkling water. It's great stuff. It quenches my thirst. Death Wish coffee for that morning kick that I want. I drink their coffee in the morning. And Dr. Pepper for every other time because that's what I drink too. I love that stuff. But anyways, guys, you know what? Without further ado, I am going to bring in our guest because he's been waiting patiently right there for us. And I hate to say that I didn't get a chance to do our normal intro, which I feel bad. I always feel bad when I don't do that. It's just time. That's what it is. But anyways, guys, let me bring in Johnny from Retroground. What's going on, Johnny?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Geek Saga fam? How are you guys doing, man? It's a pleasure to be here. I'm not tech savvy, so that's why I had a little delay, man.
Oh, that's all right, man. It happens. It happens to the best of us. I mean, shoot. Last week, the whole show went because I lost internet. So, you know.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was bad. It was really bad, and it sucks because it was like I was right in the middle of a good point about like the history of Superman, and all of a sudden it just went.
Ooh.
And I was like,
ooh.
yeah. So I called it a night. I was like, I don't want to.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do this anymore. But
Yeah.
what's going on with you, man?
Oh, nothing much, man. Just got caught up with what I do for a living as I install custom aquariums all over Los Angeles. So I had a client who was like, "Hey, can you come check out? We have a league, possible league, whatever." So I was kind of getting while I was taking care of that, I was trying to log in, but my desktop wouldn't allow me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it from my phone. Like you said, I think I was listening to you when you were like, try maybe the new link, or maybe I should send you a new link. So I was listening to you, but other than that, man, I've been having a great day. I woke up early today, try to be as productive as possible, and I was looking forward to this podcast, man. This is my first time actually doing an actual podcast via live stream, man. So it's cool. I like it. I might have to start doing those myself. Hello. I don't think I can hear you, my friend. Can you hear me? I don't hear the audio. I don't think it's okay. Oof. Technical difficulties, guys. Apologize, man. Apologize. It happens. It happens. And I'm
So
guessing that
as I was saying,
there you go. Now I can hear you, man.
yeah, as I was saying, going live, you have technical difficulties, and when you don't have a crew to
Yeah.
help run it, you end up jumping off screen and having to put in fresh batteries into your wireless
Ooh.
microphone.
Yeah.
You know, I
I
went
I know
through
exactly what that
and
means.
I changed out all my batteries on like the lights that I have that are set up here.
Okay.
And the one thing I did change out was my batteries on my wireless microphone.
Oh, okay.
But Johnny, the reason why I had you come on is because we met over at TurtleCon, and
Yes.
it was an awesome show, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a cool show.
I mean, was that your
I
first?
was honestly looking. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, was that your first comics and cocktails?
It was. It was my first. It was my first show.
But you're about to say,
Oh yeah, I was about to say I was looking forward to Ernie, man, and I was like, no, he's not here.
well, I mean, the cool thing is that you get another chance at meeting Ernie because he's going to be over at We Can Be Heroes on August 2nd.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be out of town, so I'm like, no, that's a bummer.
That sucks. I know that
Yeah.
Desiree over at oh my god, Infinite Abilities, which is a comic shop, an online comic shop. She was there, and she was saying the same thing. She was looking forward to meeting Ernie, and then all of a sudden, her like dreams were dashed because he didn't show up, and she didn't get to meet him. But
and that was not last week, but the week before that, right? When she was on.
yeah, she was the one that was on with me that day or that night. But so
yeah.
sorry,
Question: Did she have a booth that day?
They did. They actually did have a booth.
They did. And she had an employee, a young gentleman with the hat.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, because he came over to my booth and I was kind of talking to him, and then he kind of gave me, and I don't remember the name. I'm not good with names, but he's like, yeah, we have a booth over there, and he's like, we're selling comic books, and he's like, it's only online sales only on. We only sell comic books online. So I kind of put two and two together right now. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's her comic book shop, right?
Yeah.
Online comic
Yep.
book shop. Okay,
It's
cool.
her and her husband that run it. And the really cool thing is one, she is a special education special. I hate to say it this way. Sorry, Desiree. She's special ed kid. She's a special ed teacher with the LA Unified School
Got it.
District. And
Got it.
she's also worked with high functioning adults and has had classes. So a lot of the employees that work for her are from when she was teaching before. So he, I think, has he has autism, but he's high functioning. He was a great kid when he was inside the booth, and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
it's a
really
good guy.
in.
Yeah, 100%.
So, all right, Johnny, tell me all about you.
What do you want to know about me, man?
Well, I mean, let's start off with what is Retro Ground?
You're brave. I think the signal's a little delayed, but go ahead. Let's start off with that. That's the last thing I heard. We're gonna start off with.
Let's start off with talking about Retro Ground.
Okay.
Okay. So what is Retro Ground?
Perfect. All right. So here's the whole story. Retro Ground is basically, so initially, in back of me, I have a lot of personal collectibles. I'm a huge Back to the Future fan. I Back to the Future 1 and 2 are like top favorite movies of all time. I've watched them over and over and over. So I'm a huge fan. I have a lot of collectibles. I like Toy Story, Pokemon, a lot of the old school stuff. Long story short, Retro Ground started as an online eBay store, right? Because I have a 4-year-old. She just turned 4, but when she was 3 years old, she started opening up a lot of my collectibles that are worth money. And I figured, I said, you know what? If I don't get these collectibles, obviously I have a lot. You can't see right now, but there's a lot of Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of Hot Wheels, Mario Kart collabs, and she was opening all these toys. So I said, you know what? If I don't get rid of these and get what they're actually worth, they're not gonna be worth anything once she goes through all my toys. I didn't want to sit there and be like, hey, baby. So she opened up like a valuable Mr. Potato Head, opened them up. So basically, I started doing some research. Said, you know what? I'm gonna start selling some stuff online. And like I said, I'm not tech savvy. So what I started doing is like, you know what? I'm gonna try and start an online store. Very difficult. I don't really know much about computers. I'm an old school guy. I'm before the cell phones and all that. Like what you guys were talking about last time with your guest 2 weeks ago. That I was a landline guy. I was like, I would have that landline with that long, telephone cable going to my room. So I'm that generation. I'm 37. So um, going back to Retro Ground. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna do a throwback, and I'm gonna do a vintage garage sale. So I hosted my first vintage garage sale last year. I believe it was August, and I had a lot of collectibles. I had a lot of stuff, like a lot of VHSs and just collectible items that I want to get rid of. Video games. I had so many video games. I didn't even play any of them. I wanted them for personal collection. So what I did, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell these, and I had a handful of people because my flyer was actually. I'm into branding, so when I see like a logo, I just love branding. I love marketing. I love anything that has to do with advertisement. I just love it. And I made a flyer that said vintage garage sale, and it was a Pac-Man, like the game, and like with all the little dots in the Pac-Man and the
Mhm.
ghost. So that's what initially was. And I put vintage garage sale, and I put the time, and I had a great turnaround. I didn't think there was going to be many people. We had it on a Saturday from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. But 7 a.m. When I rolled up my garage to start setting up my tables, there was people waiting, and I'm like, what? And there was like, and I had stuff in I had to move my wife's car. I had to move my car. And when I got into my wife's car, there was guys already like getting out of their car down the street. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on right now? And I had a couple guys waiting, and they're like, oh, and I started unloading stuff from my trunk. And then the guys were like, hey, what do you have back there? And I'm like, are you guys here for the yard? So like, yeah, well, I need to set up. So anyways, so these people started like coming, and then before I even went to go put my yard sale signs, right? I should have done them the night before, but I was like, it's a yard sale. I don't think anyone's gonna come this early, right? I'm like, I have an hour from 7 a.m. I have 1 hour. But I'm telling you, man, it was a hit because people were looking for vintage items. I don't know how much money we made. I lost track of how much money we made, but it was a hit. And people were coming and says, when are you gonna have another show? And I'm like, a show? And I was like, yeah, we want to come to another garage sale. And I'm like, nah, this is just a garage sale. And they're like, okay. So, and then I initially opened up an Instagram to try and get rid of my items. So I started getting a bunch of followers like, hey, actually watch, let me show you my little, this is what I made just to, like I said, I'm into branding. So I made this badge, right? It was my own little show. So I figured I'm going to, I'm going to, Checks out.
There we
I
go.
got a little excited. You see that?
That's cool. Yeah.
A vendor. So I made my own little badge, right? So I was like, you know what? It's my show. I don't care if no one shows up. It's me. I'm just gonna have my own little badge, right? I made a flyer. That's how the flyer looked. It just said vintage garage sale. So people started messaging me on Instagram. Hey, can I join your next show? When is the next show? When is it? And I'm like, dude, this is not even a show. Like, this is me getting rid of my extra inventory that I don't want to hold anymore because it doesn't fit in my office, and I'm not gonna have it here for years to come. I just have exclusive stuff that's just really, sentimental to me. So I figured, I said, you know what? I still had like 3 or 4 boxes left over of a lot of Ninja Turtles, video games. I said, you know what? I'm gonna host another one in October.
Oh, I just lost you.
Hosted another event. So right after that event, I had a lot of vendors.
Oh, Johnny, we're losing. We didn't lose connection, but it's, I don't know if it's on my side or yours. I think it's. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hold on. It's a night of technical issues, guys. It just happens. That's the the beauty of live streaming. Well, as we're waiting for Johnny to come back. Oh, there you are. Yes. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So what was the last part? What was the last thing you heard?
You were going to be putting on your own show, and you didn't care if anybody was going to show up, and that was it. And still technical difficulties.
Okay, let me see.
It happens. So you know what? I'm going to get rid of this internet company that I have because these guys suck. If you guys have Spectrum, stay away from Spectrum. Horrible. Just waiting for Johnny to come back so he can finish up. Oh, this thing is connected to that. Nope, don't want to do that. All right. You back? Yeah, you are. You're back.
You hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so what was the last thing you heard, man? Sorry.
No, it's fine. It happens. That you were going to put on your own show. You didn't care who showed up. And there you go. That's where we're at.
So there were so many DMs that were just hitting my inbox. I'm like, wait, these guys think I'm actually hosting shows, and I was like, no, I'm not. I don't host shows. Back.
Now you're back. So you
Can you
don't.
hear
You
me?
were saying, yeah, you're getting DM, and that you don't host shows. This is good.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh my
so
god.
so I started getting so many. I started getting DMs from different video game resellers and asking me, "Hey, can I participate in your show?" And I was like, "Hey, look, this isn't a show. It's just a garage sale." So I said I can only fit maybe 3 vendors at max. You could bring an 8-foot table. We can fit 4 guys, and we can fit maybe like my table. And one of my good friends, he does a lot of printing, so he has like a printing company, and he's like, "Hey man, can I join?" I didn't want him to feel left out, so I says, "Yeah, sure, bring your printing stuff, bring your printing supplies." He started printing like that same day printing, like instantly there. You would go and pick a design, he was printing. So that day, um, man, it was, and I don't know, I probably say we probably had close to like 300 people show up, just
Wow.
in and out. Yeah, it's a big garage sale. So I'm like, man. So these guys were kind of pitching me ideas and like, hey, you know what? Maybe you should start, hosting these events. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, let's throw another one, see how it goes. So we threw another one in Northridge. I found a bigger property. I said, you know what, bro? I had like 15 vendors, bro, because I put that same flyer. That says, I'm not so I didn't charge these guys. First of all, let's get that out the way. I was like, look, I'll help you guys make money. Like I said, I'm into branding, I'm into marketing, I like advertising. And I had these other vendors reach out to me and says, look, I'm hosting an event, free of charge. Just be there by 8. We had 15 vendors and we had a great turnaround. So that was this February that just passed. And then from there, people were like, "Hey man, throw another one, throw another." The only thing is like when you host these shows and you host events, it's so hard to try and vend and try and host at the same time because you have people, where's the restroom, where's this, where's that, can they get electricity, whatnot, right? So our last event was actually May the 4th, right? May the 4th be with you, but we kind of did a little twist to it. We're like, May the 4th be retro. So I had a friend let us borrow a huge parking lot, so we had a bigger event um, in a parking lot, and I think I did 20 vendors that time. And
Nice.
right now we're aiming to do Pokemon Fest at the end of the year after Black Friday. But I'll be honest, man, it's so much work. It's so much work. It's just so exhausting, just trying to manage everything. So that's what basically started. And initially, it was supposed to be retro playground because it's a playground for adults, right? But I just felt like it was a mouthful, and I just figured, you know what? I'll name it Retro Ground. I'll cut it in half. But the initial name was supposed to be Retro Playground, like a retro playground for adults where people can come, and it's a playground for a grown up. Like kids have their own little playground, but you have a playground for adults when they can just come and have fun and go back in time a little bit and find old vintage items that they had maybe growing up, VHSs, CDs, DVDs, cassettes. So that's how I initially started this, and it was never designed to take it now where I'm at, which even on Instagram right now, I think I'm close to like 1,600 followers, right? And I honestly I never really cared for that. It was just supposed to be me getting rid of my inventory behind me, and that's it. That's all it was supposed to be. But I made so many friends along the way, and every single one of them like, hey, you should do season 1, of video game resellers. You should do season 2, Pokemon reseller, TCG card reselling, and I'm like, okay, but it's just a lot of work, man. So I completely understand when you're saying, you're trying to wear, you're a man of many hats. You're trying to be the audio guy, the host, and you got to go swap the batteries. It's a lot of work, man. But at the end of the day, it's fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've met so many people. Like I met you vending. Oh, so that was Retro Ground, and when you met me, I had a vending machine and I have a claw machine. and that's all. That was all part of my office. And I figured, you know what? Who doesn't love Pokemon? Who doesn't like Pokemon? And that's something that kind of grew out of having Retro Ground, because everyone's like, look, you don't have to vend, because I think it was the second event I was vending, but I didn't really have much because I got rid of most of my inventory. So most of the guys that I meet, they think that I'm a reseller, but I'm like, no, I don't resell anything. I don't have video games. I don't have anything to resell. So when you met me, I had the claw machine, and that's still trying to get rid of a lot of my Pokemon cards, because I have boxes and boxes of Pokemon cards. So I'm just trying to get rid of it even there.
All right, you're back.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to do it. So wait, I lost you when you said I have boxes
Yeah.
of Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Like you literally have, is it like those long boxes for cards? Or are you talking about like full on, like unopened
Like
boxes?
I'd probably say like a 24 by 24. I mean, I got rid of a lot, but like 24 by 24 boxes of Pokemon cards. Yeah. So my vending machine, obviously that every and even then, adding prizes from my personal collection. So when people pull like a certain number, a certain name, they pull a prize. It's either a plushie, but even that stuff is still overflowing inventory. That's just on the Pokemon side of the business. You know what I mean? So I'm still trying to vend, but more than anything, I'm trying to get rid of the cars, because I mean, I even do free giveaways, free packs to little kids and whatnot, but it's just so much inventory. And that's how I started, the Ultimate Pokemon Center, because I was like, man, this is too many cards. I have too much inventory. And my friend's like, yeah, it's an ultimate. You have like an Ultimate Pokemon Center. Yeah. Because, everyone always goes to these vending machines at Food for Less or at a grocery store. Like, bro, they never have anything. And so when they saw my stuff, they're like, dude, you're ultimate. You're like better than the Pokemon Center. You're like the ultimate Pokemon. Like, you're never going to run out of inventory. And sure enough, I have another friend who does the same thing. He's like, hey man, you have Pokemon cards? I'm like, bro, I have a lot of Pokemon cards. Like, so I went and I gave him a handful of Pokemon cards. So that's just still a part of the business, that I just still need to get rid of a lot of Pokemon inventory, man.
That's funny. So the one thing that I did ask you when we were there at TurtleCon was, are you one of those that just collected them, or are you one of those that has actually played it? And you told me that you've never played the game, but yet you have enough cards to last you forever to sell, which is hilarious.
Say it again. You kind of broke off a little bit.
I was saying
You
that
broke off a little bit. Say that again.
I said that when I interviewed you at TurtleCon, I had asked you the one question, which was, are you one of those that just collected the cards, or did you play it also? And you were like, no, I've never played it, which
No,
is
I never.
funny.
No, I just wanted to pull the Charizard that everyone was pulling, the Blastoise, the Venusaur. So trying to pull that many cards, and you're like, bro, I never. But you know what? I think it was because I never pulled it because I was looking at the wrong packs. I mean, I was young. I didn't know to pull the Charizard, you have to buy the Charizard packs. I was trying to pull from every angle, like the Venusaur, the Blastoise, the Fossil packs. I mean, I was trying to pull them everywhere else except the Charizard. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I never played it at all, but I was just trying to pull that first edition Charizard, bro. I never did. Never pulled it. Even up to this day, I still haven't pulled anything good, even from the new generation of cards, of Pokemon cards. So I'm just like, man. And my wife kind of messes with me. She's like, man, she's like, you need a, what she say? Like, you need to do a master set, because I have so many cards. So when the latest edition of Pokemon cards, the Destined Rivals, came out, I decided to finally do a master set of all those cards, collect every single one of that set, and that's gonna be my first set. And I actually waited overnight at GameStop by my house in San Fernando to get the new release of
Oh,
that,
wow.
of that Pokemon release, the drop.
So I also told you that we've got to come together in person to actually. I will show you because that was one thing that I used to do when I was younger. I was collecting them, never played them,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I was on a deployment, we got so bored and ran out of things to do that my squad, we were
No.
like, hey, have you ever did you collect Pokemon cards? Yeah, I collected. Oh, okay. Did you ever play? And we're like, none of us knew how to play the game, so we're like, you know what? We're gonna order some on Amazon, and we're gonna set up, and we're going to learn how to play Pokemon.
Wow.
So we ended up learning how to play Pokemon. I came home with one of the long like boxes, the monster boxes, filled with decks
Oh,
because I was just buying and we were just playing, and it was a lot of fun. And it's actually a really fun game. And I ended up teaching my daughter how to play,
that's
and she
cool.
enjoys it. And now she's a collector. So,
Yeah, I
but
mean, who doesn't collect Pokemon, right? I mean, who doesn't know Pokemon, bro? Like everyone knows Pokemon.
yeah, but the thing is, again, it's like everybody knows it, but they forget that it's actually a game too.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think for me, I feel like the art, because I'm an artistic guy, so I'm like, you know what? I like the art, and I forget they're actually playing cards. I like you said, I think people forget. I forget. I'm like, oh, that's a cool card. I want that card. And honestly, I probably never read the attacks, never read, what their special moves are. I just like, hey, that's cool. I want that one. I want this one. And they're just so cool to look at, and that's something that I was drawn to. Growing up, I was into drawing, I was into art. So when I see your Geek Saga logo, I know you put in some effort. Your intro, like when I was checking you out 2 weeks ago, I'm like, man, this guy's legit, bro. Like this guy has an intro. This guy has the section that goes down by the movies. I'm like, that's awesome, man. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you don't have like what would you call that? Like like an actual show, right? Like this is a show, but like what I mean is like an actual show where
You're
like a
talking like
Netflix kind of deal, like a Netflix,
like a
like something
G4,
like because it's so presentable.
like a G4 style show where I've got different segments going, and I'm able to step back away from the counter and have everything like I've got going right now,
Yeah,
but at multiple angles.
yeah,
Well, surprise, funny you say that. That's why I'm building all this behind me.
got
And
it.
what you don't see is
Yeah,
the unfinished part of the studio, and this is actually going to be more of a studio than it is a garage, and that's what it like.
that's a
If I pan over
garage.
more, yeah, this is the garage.
Wow, that's a nice garage, man.
This is again, you're only seeing a small section of it.
That's cool.
So yeah, a lot of the stuff that I do is it's from years of just all the I've got like experience with construction, film,
Mm.
graphic design. I mean, you name it. That's kind of what you're seeing when you watch the show.
Yeah,
But what you're talking about, that is what I'm actually going to be aiming towards doing
yeah,
very soon. And I've already got 3 shows.
cool.
But enough about me. That's not.
Yeah.
Let's. Yeah.
No, I just
Yeah,
I, I just wanted to ask because like I said, it's so presentable, it's so professional to where like you could be like on a Netflix show, like, okay, I watched part two, part three, part four. Because my wife's all like, when I was watching you, it was a lot. I know you don't want to talk about you, but when I was watching you, my wife was like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm watching, this guy, the guy who interviewed me." She's like, "What? Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's right there." She's like, "Let me see." So she kind of peeked, like, "Oh, that's right. Is it? He has his own show?" And I'm like, "Dude, isn't it presented like it's like super legit?" And then when you started talking about the movies and whatnot, And then she was like, man, he's like, his production's on point. Like your production's on point, bro. Like that's what I'm like. I'm surprised though it's not like a reality like TV show or like, hey, let's go to Netflix or like. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention, but are you sponsored by anyone at all?
Not sponsored yet. I mean, a lot of what I have are affiliates, the affiliate programs
Mm.
and stuff like that. But yeah, to get a sponsor, you got to have a lot of followers. You got to have a bigger name. But that's kind of, it's kind of something I wanted to talk to you, but we can talk about that after the
Of course,
show.
of course.
But yeah, James over at Distance Nerding, who's a good friend of mine,
Got it.
says, I see Eugene's head getting bigger.
No, man, you're down to earth, bro. You're super down to earth, man. I don't see that happening, bro. And I think it has to do a lot with the discipline that I know a lot of people. I have friends who are, in the military, and they're very humble, man. Seriously, it's a whole different level of being meek. You know what I mean? It's like, and I see that in you. You're not arrogant. You come off friendly. And I'm not trying to say that to nowadays people say glaze you up. I'm not trying to glaze. I'm no glazing, bro.
No, don't. No, stop. Because I'm gonna start to have man tears. We don't want man tears. We don't have man tears on this show. But
Yeah.
Donald over there on Instagram just said, "I'm your sponsor." Donald is.
Hey,
He works.
honestly, man, that's probably the best sponsor you get is friend sponsors. Hey, man, I'm down to sponsor too, bro. Like I'm down to sponsor the t-shirts for real. Like Geek Saga. I'm down to sponsor the t-shirts. Do you have gear? You have merch?
Yeah, I actually do. You know what? Which I'm not wearing one because I got to do my laundry. But
I love that. Keep it real.
The logo. Hey, we're live. Why not say it? I got to do. But yeah, I've got that logo is on a lot of. I got shirts for that, which I'll get you a shirt because
Cool.
that's what I do for a lot of my guests, and I know a lot of my guests that are out there that haven't gotten theirs yet, but they're coming.
Coffee,
I promise you.
You need a little coffee mug. When you were like, we have to be right there, make it obnoxious, like,
That's a good idea. I got to do a coffee.
Hey, but we're not drinking coffee. No one needs to know that. We'll drink some water.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
You know what? The funny thing is that at one point we did become part of a sponsor program called Dubby. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No.
So it's supposed to be an energy drink, and it's a powder, and it has like all kinds of different flavors. And I know I'm going to get crap from James over there at Distance Nerding because I think they're still kind of sponsored by Dubby. I don't know if they still are, but I'll be straight up and honest because I usually am, and I've done it here before. But I've said that thing just straight gave me the chorro. I was like, nah, I'm done. I can't. I was like, trying to sell something, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. This stuff is horrible. So,
oh man, that's funny.
At one point, I literally was getting their shaker, and I was just shaking it up, and it was just filled with water, and I was just like, yeah, it's great. Oh man, I was like, no, I can't, couldn't do it, and that's why like a lot of the products that I do mention on the show. They're products that I will either drink, I'll either consume, I'll wear, or I'll use.
Got it.
And because I don't want to lie about it. I'm not going to try to sell you something that I don't use personally.
Yeah,
so
the chorro, bro.
It was bad. I was like, I can't do this. It gave me energy. I ran quick.
Man, that's funny.
It was trying. Oh, look at this. Stinking James. It was trying to make you skinny. You can't hang. James, how much of it have you drank?
Oh, man, that's funny.
No, but you know what? The great thing with this whole podcast is also all the people I've met. Like I've met you. All the people that I met at TurtleCon was great. And we help each other. And that's what's great about this community
Yeah.
And what you started with your retro grounds started off as a garage sale,
Yeah.
which is funny, and it's now grown into where you're doing like, you've done 3 shows so far or 2 shows this year?
So we've done. So the first one wasn't official. So technically, I've done like 1, 2, 3, 4. I've done 4 shows. I'm going on my 5th one with that Super Smash Brother one here at the headquarters in my office. So I've done 4 so far, and like I said, it's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it's fun, man. And then so along the journey, people were like DMing me. I had friends, hey, maybe show us how you source out your stuff. So a lot of my first YouTube videos, your corner, yeah.
Oh my God, this guy. He doesn't stop. And I
Hey,
got one more.
man, we could talk about it later.
I'm losing you again. There you are.
Yeah.
You're saying?
No, I said I just read the comment. It says he pumps you up like, oh man, trust me. I know that one of my gifts is to inspire, man. I've heard that a lot. People that I talk to, I install custom fish tanks, right, for a living, and they call me in. Hey, how would this look? Man, I pump them up so bad that they're buying like a whole system on the wall. They're like, bro, I'm like, dude. So I inspire them. So I know that one of my gifts is definitely inspire people. Like my buddy who does the printing. He started his first name. I think his initial name was Rick's Custom Printing, and I told him that's a mouthful. You need something to the point. And I told him, like, why don't you just do retro prints? He's like, oh, I love that. I'm like, straight to the point. You're doing throwback prints. He's like, I love that. And I inspired him. I pumped him up. And he's like, man, dude, you really pumped me up. So now he's focusing on, obviously doing. He never did table covers. All he did was T-shirts and hats and stickers. I told him, no, man, you gotta think bigger. You gotta go for the table covers. You gotta go for the banners. You gotta go for the canopies. So obviously I didn't have my canopy that day, but he did my canopy. Long story short, yeah, man. Like I'm definitely willing to help you, man. I can see it working. I can see it growing. I love the experience. You probably, you can sharpen me in some angles that I don't have the ability to work for my podcast, and then I can help you out. Like I love learning, man. I'm teachable, and I'm willing to help you. And I actually refer to you a friend of mine. He's also learning how to do videography, how to edit. His name was Diego.
Yeah, actually, I have a video meeting with Diego tomorrow
Cool.
to talk. And yeah, you know what? I'm a horrible teacher. I'll just tell you that. I'll be upfront and honest. I've been told that I'm good at what I do, but when it comes to telling other people how to do it,
Yeah.
lack in patience. I try
Mm.
really hard, and
Okay.
um, when people like I and people know that my face, I wear everything on my sleeve, my heart on my sleeve and everything. So I'm just like, I'm up front, I'm pretty brutally honest.
Yeah.
And when something is like, if they show me something and it's not good, I'm like, I have to really try hard to hide it on my face,
Mm.
because they'll see that they're like, oh, you think it's bad. And it's like, oh, no, it's great. It's awesome. I think it's really, but
Yeah.
maybe if we change this up, because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
bad. But no, I do love trying to help out people and teach them some of the things that I've learned over the years, because I do have experience with, even though it doesn't look like it with a lot of my videos that I do have up, but I do have a lot of experience in film and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
can. I can. Your production is on point, man. That's something that's flawless, bro. Flawless. I'm like,
I'm trying.
well, nah, man. When I seen the thing, I'm like, oh man, I wish my production was on that level. I'm more of a videographer type of, like, okay, I could get some angles. I know where to get the angles from. You know, I've watched a lot of old school movies like Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, and you have old school footage that I can kind of see. I can kind of see it fit in here, there, and I taught actually another of my buddy of mine who now works for a coffee shop, and he's a full-time videographer for them. And I actually took him under my belt, and I told him, look, man, get this clip, get that clip, come in like this, come in from the top, come from the bottom, come from the side of the wall. So he learned a lot of. He's like, man, he's like, my boss really enjoys what I'm doing for him, but I learned that all from you. And I probably feel the same. I'm horrible at teaching, but I'll tell you something, man. When you have it in writing, there's nothing better than having it in writing. You don't even have to repeat yourself. And that's how I taught him. Look, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. And that changes the game, bro, 100%. And he actually helped me get to like 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, bro. And then a lot of the followers, I probably say over 80% of them came when I was in Mexico, and my father-in-law and my cousins and my primos, and they're like, oh, I was holding my camera, I was, went to the Swami, to the Tianguis, and they were like hyping it up, like, oh, this guy's a YouTuber, So he was like going down everyone's phone and like, hey, subscribe to the channel. So I get a lot of people who are like, hey, you should do a Spanish one, and I'm like, yeah, hey man, I probably should. Because I don't really see podcasts in Spanish, and I'm like, you know what? I might try it. Why not? Give it a try. It doesn't hurt. But a lot of my subscribers, like, I get messages and DMs like, hey man, that video was good, but I don't know what you're saying. It's in English, because they're in Mexico, bro. They're in Mexico City. I met a lot of people, and most of our followers, and it's growing. But like I said, my buddy helped me out, and man, we could take Geek Saga to that level, man. I think if we were to collab and we were to do, like a ESPN type of deal where, you have the convention in the background, you interview people. Hey, you know what? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think about the convention? Invite some random people, and they're going to feel like they're a part of something. Hey, man, I'm a part of Geek Saga. I got interviewed. You give them a little sticker that says, hey, I was part of Geek Saga with the QR code. Somebody will scan it, takes them directly to your channel. And then boom, they subscribe, they like it, they share it. Hey, look, exclusive stickers made for Geek Saga interview. Here, man, you were interviewed. Here's an exclusive sticker, bro.
So you gotta go. Then you gotta dive deeper onto my channel. Click on the lives, because our big show for the last 3 years has been LA Comic Con. So we end our year at LA Comic Con, and it's all thanks to Distance Nerding, who helped us out at the very beginning, who got us in connection with Project Wish Upon a Star. Project Wish Upon a Star, awesome people. Love Darren and Veronica. They're great people. Their charity is for pediatric cancer patients, and it's to bring either them to the con or bring the con experience to them. So they do a lot of great stuff. They invited us into their booth and has now taken us under their wing. And this year, we're going to go even bigger than what we've done in the last 2 years. So every year we've gone, we do that. We go out into the crowd, we interview cosplayers, we'll interview booths, especially the small booths who don't get a lot of attention. We go to them first.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. Then we go to the bigger guys, and I try to get something free, of course. But besides that, we interview them, and we want to talk about their gear. Yeah. And then we try to get the celebrities. So we go out there. We're trying to build up everybody, especially the small guy, because we want them to feel like they're a lot more special than the people that are up on the stages or that you're planning to go see. But this year, we're actually building a set that is going to be in the booth, and I'm building a.
Oh, I think I think you mentioned something. I read about that. Yeah.
So what you don't see in the background is what I was working on today, which is a giant spoon. It's supposed to be part of our Saturday morning
cereal. The cereal, right?
It's going to be a giant bowl that's about the size of my counter, and I got the giant spoon that I'm working on.
So cool, bro. You gotta bring that July 27, man, just so we can do a little pre-run, man.
Well, if it's ready by then, I don't know, but the set itself is going to look like a 1960s TV set, and it'll be raised on a platform, So it'll be about the platform's about this high. The rest of it's going to be up higher, and we're going to be sitting inside of the booth, and we'll be doing interviews from the booth.
That
And
is
that's something
cool.
that I sent out this week was an ad to try to build up our crew because I want
Yeah.
them to walk around the booth or walk around the con while I'm inside the booth doing interviews.
Gotcha.
So
That's legit, man. I
I've
love
got
it.
a lot of ideas, but I just need the crew to do it. So that's why, like, when you and me talked, like right away, I was like, this guy, me and him could connect really well and click.
Yeah.
Because even after listening to your one of your first podcasts that I listened to, I think it was with it was one of the older ones, but
Was it a
you were
Games by
talking.
Omar?
Was it? No, it was the one where you're talking to the guy that did Pokemon or vending machines.
Mondo,
Okay.
Pokestop.
Yes. So the moment I heard that and I listened to it, and I was because I got a long drive to get up to work, so I had time to listen to the whole thing. I was like, "Holy crap! This guy will actually get me when I start talking about things." It's dangerous because we can go and conquer the world, but the thing is that um, I really felt like, man, I could talk to this guy and we can see what we can do. We can actually build both Retro Ground and the Geek Saga up to something that is.
Man, we gotta name it like the podcast or the collab podcast or podcast collab.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna start the next Spike TV. That's what we're gonna
Got
do.
to, man.
Whole channel, just stuff like this and
Yeah.
more. But that's So man,
Of course, man.
everyone's watching
no,
it. They're like,
we get carried away, but yeah, man.
yeah.
So going back to it, just that's how it all started, how it all unfolded, and it was just out of just trying to get just trying to get rid of inventory, right? Just trying to get rid of stuff that I just was just kind of like came to a point. I'm like, I asked my wife, I'm like, hey, am I a hoarder? Like, she's like, kind of, And I was like, but it's cool stuff, right? And like I said, man, that's how it started, and I've met a lot of friends. I met a lot of people along the way, along the journey. I met you along the way. So realistically, I think I've done the math, and I have a couple shows lined up, and I'm looking at my inventory, and I'm just like, you know what? I think at some point, maybe I probably say early October, I probably will, maybe even before, who knows? But at the end of the year, I don't think I'll have any more inventory. So I think I'm just gonna focus and dedicate my time to like doing podcasts, doing videography, doing just a lot of more YouTube content because I got rid of a lot of my inventory that I've been sitting on for years and just such a long time. So yeah, who knows what's going to be after that. I'm just thinking like to myself, I'm like, man, once I run out of inventory, like, do I go and buy more inventory or what do I do? So once that just kind of runs out, I think that was the whole point of just building this. And I think, like I said, honestly, I probably will kind of take a break and just kind of reflect on everything I've done this last. I probably hustled about a year and some change, just doing it, and I've got so far where I am now, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the next year or so. Like I said, it's cool hosting these events, but at the end of the day, I'm just helping these guys build their own brand. And like I said, we're gonna do Pokemon Fest at the end of the year. Hopefully, we're still trying to work out a few things, but overall, it's been a great journey, man. I've met a lot of great people. I made a lot of good friends. I met you through this, so I'm happy and I'm excited, and I'm always willing to to see what's out there. What's the next chapter for me?
Well, Johnny, you are like seriously a very approachable guy, really friendly. So it makes it easy to come up to you and talk to you about anything. And it's just awesome to see what you've done over the year, or talk about what you've done over the year and a half, and that you're almost at 2 year mark, and you're gonna be out of your just inventory of stuff, which is crazy. That's awesome. But it's also, it's really cool to see, like, again, it's back to our community, our little community that we have as far, and it's not even a little community. When you think of all of us geeks that are collectors or nerds that are
Yeah.
collectors, whatever you want to call us, we're all collectors in one way or another because we collect something.
Yeah.
Um, this community is something else. It's something different. You know, it doesn't matter where you're from, what your background is, who you are, whatever. If you can talk geek, everything is cool. We
Yeah.
can talk forever. You know,
Yeah.
that's the awesome thing. And everyone is really, for the most part, I'm going to say for the most part, seriously friendly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 100%, man. And I'm just, I'm thankful for everything. I'm happy, where I'm at right now. And we could definitely feel you. Maybe I should, I've always been thinking about doing a podcast where like someone interviews me. I think I'm on. We're back, huh? Breaking up.
not yet. There you are.
Yeah. So, so yeah. So I've always thought about doing a podcast on my channel, like an episode of how can I put it, like who's retroground, what's retroground, right? And maybe I think you'd probably be the perfect candidate, man. You interview me and you ask me questions, and we'll have it on my channel because I'm like, okay, so a lot of my friends are like, well, I'm camera shy. I don't want, and that's something that I noticed when you first came. I'm like, I told my wife, like, hey, I think this guy's gonna interview me next. And he's like, yeah, for real? She's like, you're not nervous? I'm like, nah, man, I'm excited. But I just saw you coming down. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm next. I'm like, what a bad timing, man. Like, I'm about to eat. Like, I might have like a Thai breath.
Dude, but that's what I told you, is that Thai food drew me in. I was like, I was gonna interview you, but I was all like, oh man, that smells good. And I even told my daughter, I was
And
like, man, I'm not hungry, but man, that smells good.
yeah, and I think when you come down, man, I'll take you to that place, right? It's so good. But
Oh,
yeah, I think overall, I think it'd be great to have an episode. Because I've been talking to my buddies about it. I'm like, man, I think I'm coming down to where, like, I mean, how many TCG guys, how many video game resellers can we, interview or whatever? I think the next thing would probably be, maybe podcast, event host. But how much far can I really take it? I'm like, I think it's gonna come. I realistically probably see it maybe coming to an end towards the end of the year when it just kind of like I kind of just ended my journey. See, and that was the whole thing. Like, you know what? Can we get it to 100,000? I don't know. I don't really care. If we could get it there, cool. If we don't, it's all good. I'm just doing it for fun. It's all fun at the end of the day. So towards the end of the year, like I said, I think I'll be running out of inventory. I might consider. I have a 15-year-old, so I might hand over Ultimate Pokemon Center to her. Was that your daughter, by the way, helping you with the film and all that, filming and
yeah.
recording at the event?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, mad props to her, man. For reals. Mad props, bro. Mad props. Look, that's props because quality to me it's more like, okay, cool. At some point you have to start somewhere. When I first started my first videos, bro, when I was doing my custom installations, it was horrible. I didn't know how to. I was camera shy. Too many like that was the whole video, just umming, right? But dude,
Yeah.
when you're young and you're teaching her young, bro, dude, you don't even know, man. She can fall in love with this, and she eventually can go into the film industry, bro. It's so cool because I just saw her. I'm like, man, that's so cool. Like his daughter is helping him out. Not even shy. She's just doing her thing, bro. Like I was like, man, that's so cool. Like that's cool. Like you got the dad and you got the daughter working together. Like that's so cool, man. That is, to me, I was just like, that is the coolest thing you can do. I've had my daughter do it from time to time, help me out, you know. But I have her really focused on her school right now because trust me, we can get carried away. We've had endless nights where we're like, oh, look at these Pokemon cards. We're loading up the vending machine. We're loading it all up, and then, oh, Dad, I have a test tomorrow. I'm like, what, dude? Your mom's gonna kill me. What are we doing here? So I know exactly how that can get. But man, props to your daughter, man. Like that is so cool. Like that you just had your daughter, and it was simple, bro. You had your mic, you had the camera. The quality wasn't the greatest, but you got to start somewhere, man. That's I tell everyone. Look, you got to start somewhere, bro. And then eventually it'll just progress over time. You'll get better, whatever. The quality will come over time, man.
Yeah. So the unfortunate thing was that it was a venue that was kind of dark inside, so it was hard to, and we were live streaming from the event.
Oh,
So the quality is all based obviously on our internet signal also, because inside my
yeah,
backpack that nobody saw was my Wi-Fi connection in the back.
yeah,
So, and when I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh. And she's still learning, so I got to teach her, hey,
yeah.
when when you see this, you got to do this. But the thing is that she loves doing it.
That's
So
cool.
I
That's
don't
what's
want to
important, man.
yeah, I don't want to knock her for what she did, because she did a great job. She loves doing it, and she's learning. Each event, she's getting better and better, and I love that. So, she'll be out there at LA Comic Con again with
Yeah,
us. I won't have her all 3 days because it's a rough event. I'll tell you
yeah,
right now. If you've never I'm sure you've been to actual cons, right? Bigger cons.
yeah. I've been to, dude. It's one. I think for me, I'm old. I'm 37, bro. One day, I'm cool, bro. I don't need to see it all. I would want to come back the next day, dude. Or I mean, the next year. Sorry, the next year. It's just a
So
lot, man. It definitely it's a lot. I know what you're saying.
so I'm older, and I go. We go 4 days because the first day, which is Thursdays, are loading, and I'm
Yeah,
usually there to help out Project Witch Pawn Star set up their stuff and set up my stuff. And then Friday is day one, and it's go time, and it's just go 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 go
yeah,
until the Sunday night when I finally loaded out the place, got in my car, driving home, and then I still got to unload my car because I can't leave everything in the car.
of course.
But on Monday, I'm done. Like,
Mm.
I am not getting up. I'm not doing anything. I don't want to talk to nobody because I am socially and mentally just drained, because
Yeah,
this level of energy, and we've only been on for an hour and 15 minutes.
yeah.
Okay. This level of energy has to be kept up for about 10 hours for 3 days.
I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine, bro. Because even when I've done like an event, like a small little event, and my buddy's there, like, yeah, bro, pump it up. He's like, man, come on. I'm like, bro, like I'm already drained, bro. Like I'm cool. Like I don't even, I think my last event was it? No, prior to TurtleCon, I had an event where I gave out like a Pokemon bundle, and dude, like I honestly didn't expect it to be that big or that crowded. But dude, I was drained. One, I was already getting sick, and then two, um, everyone came to the event and everyone wanted this Destined Rivals new release. It just released that Friday, and I gave it away that same day for free. You don't have to do anything. You just have to go and fill out a little ticket. And bro, we had so many tickets. People were just buying stuff. Whenever you play my claw machine, you'll get a ticket. You play the vending machine, you get a ticket. So people were just playing, bro. And I'm like, I told my wife, nah, I don't think people are gonna show up. I think maybe a handful, bro. I started loading. The event was from 2 to 9 or 3 to 9, something like that. And from the moment I unloaded, bro, to the moment the raffle ended, bro, it was nonstop, bro, nonstop. And I was on the mic, I had a PA, and I was like, all right, boom, boom, boom. And I was getting changed, bro. Even the host was like, bro, did you eat already? I'm like, I didn't even set up my rack with my prizes the way I had the Pikachu, the way I had everything laid out. It wasn't even set up like that. And I was trying to look for the prizes, and people let me get $10 on this, let me get 5 on this, and I'm just like trying to get quarters. I opened the machine, had to pull out all my quarters. It was just non-stop, bro. So the next day, I didn't want to talk to no one. I was done, bro. I'm like, I'm done, dude. And I even had people, because obviously, like I said, I think the raffle was at 7. I think the show ended at 9, or the event. And people were coming after. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, dude, I'm done, bro. like I'm cool. And I'm like, I don't even want to. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm closed. I just want to sit down and I just want to relax, man. I mean, I gave it my all, dude. I'm like, I'm drained, dude. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore, bro. So I know exactly for 10 hours, bro. That's insane, dude. 10 hours, bro. Trying to keep
Just
that
go,
level.
go, go. Yep. It's a go, go, go. Like, I think this year, no
Yeah.
joke, I'm probably going to start working out, like literally working out, so my body doesn't get as drained and I could actually keep going a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, the gym to me is a bad word. I hate that word. I will not, no. So, but you know, it's a lot of fun. It's a great time.
Yeah.
You meet a lot of great people, a lot of people that you saw like from the previous year. You're going to see again, you know, this year, because they do it every year also. So it's a lot of fun to see people, and you start to get to know them. But
Yeah.
what is it? James is saying something. James has been, I kind of been ignoring him, but that's okay. He says,
He said, I've kind of been ignoring him.
I need help. I need help getting some Labubus for my kids. Where do I go? Help.
Oh, I got you, bro. DM me on Instagram, Retrogram, bro. We are on the July 27th. We have this guy who actually just raffles Labubus, bro. Like, that's all he does. He buys Labubus and raffles them all the time. And he's a really good dude, man. I met him at the last event. He was there. He's like, hey, man, you put on a great show, dude. Like, it was fun, whatever. And that's how I got to know the guy a little bit more. He's like, hey, I told him, like, hey, you want to vend on my show? He's like, how much a tape? I'm like, dude, free, bro. Just bring your stuff. So this guy's a Labubu master, bro. So that's all he does. It just sells Labubus, bro. It's funny.
Dude, I honestly don't get this whole Labubu thing. Those things are freaking ugly.
I don't get it. I mean, I'm sure people don't get. You remember Trolls, bro? Growing up, the Trolls.
Yes.
I didn't get that either, and I thought they were pretty cool. People just get them and play with their hair. I'm like, what's that? That's weird. I'm sure that's how people look at them now. You know, like I remember Trolls, and my mom's like, no, that thing is ugly. It's like brujeria, and I'm like, all right, I guess. You know, I don't know. And you know, like Labubus now, it's like, okay, cool. You know, I actually saw this shirt, dude. It's so funny. Someone said, if you're like under 5 feet, you're a Labubu. I'm gonna get that shirt, bro. If you're under 5 feet, you're a Labubu.
Oh my God, I'm gonna start. There's people at work that are. There's one guy. He's a short little dude that works with me. I'm gonna start calling him, hey, Labubu, because he's got big ears too. I'm like, oh my God. But you know what, Johnny?
Dude, I'm excited for you, man. I'm excited for you. You know, is that in September? That event, LA.
That'll be in September. Yep.
Okay.
At the end of September.
Yeah, at the end of September, 26, 27, right?
26. It's 26, yeah. 27, 28. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
so,
cool.
But you know what, man? I'm gonna let you go from the show. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take you out so we can end the show because we've been going on for a while.
No, for sure. Go for it.
Honestly, dude, we probably can keep going too, without a problem. So, but let me take you out, guys. Johnny right here from Retrogram. Johnny, where can they find you and everything that they have? Because James over here is like, where's your videos? Where's your pics? So tell us, where can they find you?
Where's my pics?
He's like, he wants to know like your Instagram, your YouTube.
Oh, my social media handles. Yeah.
Yes.
So you can find us on YouTube. It's retro-ground ! Or on Instagram, retro_ground. It's fun. You know what's so funny, bro? Just a random thought. I'm just spontaneous at times, but I had at the turtle call, bro. My neighbor, the one who you interviewed right next to me, the paint,
Yeah,
the couple was doing the paint, right?
yeah.
They were like, hey, it's like I want to follow you. What's your Instagram? I'm like, oh, retro ground. So she started typing it, bro. She put retro brown, and I'm like, no, it's the retro ground. I told my wife, and she's like, man, she's probably like, man, this guy's proud of me. Brown. I said, no, it's retro ground. I don't know. I just wanted to throw it out there, bro.
Oh,
But yeah, it's
that's
retro
fun.
underscore ground, man. I honestly, I
Oh
follow
man.
everyone. I don't, I probably follow more people than they actually follow me, man. So you can find all my stuff there. And like I said, I don't really have much inventory. We're just hosting events. This next event, I probably won't have anything to sell because I'm running out of inventory. So I kind of see, honestly, retro ground just kind of like, in a way, kind of just closing the curtains and, probably see what's the next step, man. Because I probably have to come out with something, I mean, maybe join the Geek Saga, bro. We'll be out there, LA,
Ooh,
con, bro, just doing it all, man.
dude, I'm telling you, we're gonna take over the world if we join up. It could be dangerous. It
It
could
could
be
be
definitely.
dangerous, man.
And James over there is saying that he loves your vibe, that you're super positive. He loves it. You know what? James just wants to make sure that I know that I need to be positive. But whatever. You know what, James? Like I
That's
say at the
funny.
beginning of the show, I'm a salty veteran. Deal with
No,
it.
I've met
Deal with it.
veterans who are most veterans. Like I said, they're very humble and meek, and there are some that are serious. They're like super, like
Yeah.
super like by the rule. This is But I have a couple. I actually have another friend who actually sells video games, and he goes by Turtle Power Video Games.
Okay.
And he's also a Marine. He's I don't know. Were you a Marine?
Oh, that hurts me. No, Army.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't. When they say veteran, when you say veteran, I don't know if Navy. I wanted to join the Navy, but I did. I thought Air Force. Top Gun. I wanted to be like a pilot, bro. But my mom says no. They're gonna kill you. Te van a matar. I'll never see you again. So I never signed up because my mom at the time, I was the only one, and then she says maybe if I have a son. So my youngest, my second, well, I should say my sibling, we're like 12 years apart.
Oh
Because when I
wow.
was 18, my mom says, "No, I don't want to lose you." So she actually purposely didn't have any more kids because she didn't want me to go to the army. She didn't want me to go to the Navy. I wanted to be like a like a Top Gun, Like I just wanted the planes, and I watched the movie and I get inspired. I can watch that movie over and over. But my mom says, "No, don't do it. Please do it for me." So but I honestly, I've always liked serving, our country, bro. I love it. I love our veterans, bro. Thank you for your service, bro. It's awesome, bro. It's such an honor, bro, to live here, and you can actually say that you can chase your dreams, bro. If you really put your mind to it, like Back to the Future says, you can actually, like you said, we can take over the world, bro, if we wanted to, bro. Pinky and the brain, man.
Heck
We can
yeah.
take over the world, dude.
All right, Johnny. Then I'm going to take you down. I'm going to end
Yes,
the
of
show
course.
now.
Go for it.
Be
Go for it.
right back with you, man. All right. All right. Here we go. Thanks, Johnny, for being on the show. All right, guys. So that was actually really cool. James, man, shoot. You come down here, James. You and me. You and me. I'm kidding. Love you, James. I actually don't tell Philippe, but I do like you more. Just saying. Even though he's a fellow green suitor like me. Yeah. But anyways, guys, check out Johnny at Retro Ground. Check out his Instagram. Check out his YouTube videos. Go to his shows. It honestly, the videos I've seen, it looks like a lot of fun. And he has a lot of great stuff. When I did see him at TurtleCon, which we keep calling TurtleCon, even though it was actually Comics and Cocktails. That's what we got to remember. Comics and Cocktails. The theme was TurtleCon. But he had a lot of great Pokemon cards there. Really cool, very approachable guys when you get a chance definitely go to the show, go to his stuff, check out all he has. So, all right, guys. Well, that is it for me this week. Next week, I will be in my makeshift little dungeon up at work because I will be back up there. This week, I kind of, like I said, I went to the house of the mouse built, and it was a lot of fun yesterday. So I have today and tomorrow off. If my boss is watching, I am at work right now in my room. I just set this up right now. So there you go, guys. It all fits in my room. No, what do I got to hide? Anyways, guys, LA Comic-Con is not too far away. So remember to start getting your tickets now to show up there. And if you get the chance, go to the back of the building, because that's usually where we're at, up against the wall with Project Wish Upon Star. Say hello, guys. We will be doing trivia for giveaways. We'll be throwing out a lot of stuff out from our little booth, just tossing it out there. Why not? Hit people. Yeah. But check that out. August 2nd over at We Can Be Heroes. A shout out to them because they're going to have Ernie Reyes, which We Can Be Heroes is absolutely one of my favorite stores to go to. No offense over there to Golden Apple, which is my other favorite store. I got two favorite stores. Let's just put it out there. I spread the love. I really do. I got to get out to Golden Apple because it's been a while, but I want to go over there and say hi. But love both places. Ryan, Kendra, Julio, and Donald over at We Can Be Heroes. Lots of love for everybody. But check that out. Trying to think if I've got anything else going on. I don't got anything else. I'm not going to be going to any more events because I'm going to be focusing a lot on, and I don't mean like not going to an event, but I'm not going to be doing any booths or anything like that. I will probably do some interviews, but we'll see what's going on. But right now we're going to focus on doing this, getting the setup for LA Comic-Con, and we're really excited. So guys, be back here next week. We will be on Wednesday. We will be at 7:30-ish. I got everything set up and no issue with my internet. We'll be on at 7:30. Yeah, I mean, shoot, man. We'll be back. I always miss being on right here at this setup because it's just a cool setup. I don't care what anybody else says. It's a cool setup. Damn, I'm proud of it. Anyways, sorry. I'm just babbling now. All right, guys. So with that, of course, guys, we will be back next week. The same geek time, the same geek channel, and the saga will continue.